Hello friends, this is Manish Chauhan from jagoinvestor.com. Today I am going to talk about super top-up policies, and mainly I want to talk about the limitations part of super top-up policies, because nowadays a lot of people are taking the combo plans. They are taking a 5 plus 5 plan, 5 plus 15 plans. There are 1 crore policy also, which is generally a 5 plus 95 plan. Like, what do I mean by 5 plus 95? It's a 5 lakh of base policy and then a super top up of 95 lakhs with a 5 lakh deductible. Or there are many people who are taking a 10 lakh cover in the combination of 5 plus 5. So they take a 5 lakh of base plan and they take a 5 lakh of super top up plan, and mainly the reason is that the premiums are cheaper. Even a lot of times when these policies are sold online from different website, even the seller tells you that the premiums are lesser, and it is kind of the same policy. If you take a single policy, it will be a 10 lakh cover. If you divide it into 5 plus 5, it will also be a 10 lakh cover, which is true in a way. It is not that they are hiding anything, but the point is that these are not two equal things. Okay, these are not two same policies. A lot of people think that if I take a single cover of 10 lakh rupees versus I take a combo of 5 plus 5, they are exactly same in all the respects, which is not at all true, and this whole video is about that only today. So what is a super top up policy? A super top up policy is a policy which pays you after a deductible. What it means? It means that for example, there is a policy of 5 lakh rupees, 5 lakhs of super top up policy with a 5 lakh deductible. It means that this policy will come into picture only after the 5 lakhs of expenses are over. So if there is a hospitalization bill of 7 lakh rupees, it means that this policy will not pay the first 5 lakhs, and after that it will get triggered. So the rest 2 lakh rupees it will pay you, right? So this is mainly a super top up policy. Okay, now understand one thing, most of the claims are small claims. Generally when we buy health insurance plans, and even we have said in our videos a lot of times that what will you do if the expenses are in the range of 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakhs, then what will you do? So take a higher cover. Now understand one thing, that if you look from the number point of view, like the number of bills which go to the for the claim, most of the claims are of a smaller size. Most of the claims are for 50,000 rupees, 70,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, 3 lakh rupees, and there are very less number of claims which are for higher amounts like 8 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 10 lakh rupees. But we say that you should cover yourself for worst case. Like, you should generally think of what can happen 98% of the times or 95% of the times, and then take your cover as per that. Okay, so that is the reason we generally say that you take a higher cover of 10, 20 lakhs, 15 lakhs, like this. Okay, let's come to the main point. What is the difference? So mainly I am going to talk about some of the points where these two things differ. Which two things? Number one, a single policy and a combo plan, right? How they are different on different parameters. Let's talk about that. So the first thing is claim process. Now claim process will be a little different in both these cases. For example, if you have a 10 lakh rupees of single policy, if there is any claim of 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 7 lakh, whatever amount, there is just single policy. You have to deal with one single policy. You have to claim with one insurance company. But if you have divided it into two plans, it is still okay if it is the same insurer. If it is the same insurer, then it is not a big issue, because if there is only single claim, let's say the base policy is for 5 lakh and the super top up policy is for 5 lakh rupees with 5 lakh deductible. If the bill amount is a small one, then no issues. There is only one single policy which you need to claim for, and then there is no issue. And even if the super top up policy gets triggered, even then there is not an issue, because it is the same insurer. So you just communicate with them that I have both the policy with you guys. Here is my health card, and here is the policy number, and everything is internally done, right, by the same team. So it won't be much issue. Even if it is cashless, non-cashless, there is not much issue. But what happens if you have taken super top up policy from a different insurer itself? In that case, what happens? If you have to claim from both the policies, then it will be one by one only, mostly, right? So you will be first claiming from the first insurer, and then once the bill is settled or it is it is done, and then you take the documents like the Xerox of the documents, all the claim papers, etc., etc., and then you file it with the second insurer. And so you can see here that the claim experience is a little different from the first case. There'll be a little more follow up, there'll be little more hassle, I would say, in this case. So just think from the claim process point of view. Your money will be paid. I'm not saying that your money will not be paid, but if the claim experience matters a lot for you, then you have to think on this point. Okay. And also think of it from your family point of view. Like, what happens if the main insurer, if the main person who is insured, that itself gets hospitalized? In that case, all the follow up, all the intimations, all these things might be required to be done by your family members. So how complicated it is up to you. I'll leave that up to you. So that is the first one. Now let's come to the next point, which is the higher sum assured due to the NCB benefit. Now this is very important to understand, and I think most of the people miss it here. There is something called as no claim bonus benefit in the health insurance policy. What it is, so your sum assured gets increases over the years for every non-claim years. For example, a lot of policies these days are coming with a 20% of NCB every year, every non-claim year, and up to 100%. What it means is that if you take a 10 lakh cover and you don't claim anything next year, your policy sum assured will become 12 lakh rupees. Instead of 10, it will become 12. Then it will become 14, then 16, 18, 20, like this, up to 100% maximum. Now, due to the NCB benefit, what happens? You are enjoying the higher sum assured, right? So your 10 lakh rupee policy technically becomes a 20 lakh policy, kind of, okay. So even if your claim is for, let's say, 15 lakh rupees or 16 lakh rupees, after 5 years, after those initial 5-6 years, you will be getting a higher sum assured, right? But in super top up policy, there is no concept of NCB. So understand this point. Now let's compare two things. Let's take a case where you want to take a policy of 20 lakh rupees, just an example, right? You have two choices. One is you take a single policy of 20 lakh rupees, and then there is another choice that if in order to save your premiums, you can take a 5 lakh rupees of base policy, and then you can take a super top up, 15 lakhs of super top up with a 5 lakh deductible. So in second case, if there is any claim for a smaller amount, let's say 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees, your first policy will pay. If there is more than 5 lakh, like let's say 12 lakhs bill, your first policy will pay 5 lakh rupees, and then your second policy will pay the 7 lakh rupee bill, right? Technically that is how it is. Now let's compare. And I am assuming that there is a NCB benefit of 20%. It is different in different policies, but let's assume for a minute that that is the case. And that is generally there. And nowadays, most of the policies are coming with NCB benefits. Some policies have 10% NCB, some policies have 20% NCB, but we will just compare it on a 20% NCB. Now, what happens in first case? Your policy is for 20 lakh rupees, but after 5 years, it becomes a 40 lakh rupees policy because of the NCB benefit. And a lot of policies also have this feature that your sum assured does not come down after, even if you claim. That is in some of the policy, 1 or 2 policies, but leave that for now. So technically what is happening is, in the first case, you are actually getting a 40 lakh cover after few years. So just imagine that you have a bill of 5 lakhs, it will be paid by the first policy, 10 lakhs, it will be paid by the first policy, 20 lakh, it will be paid by the first policy, 30 lakh, it will be paid by the first policy, and even 40 lakh rupees of claim, just not hypothetical, but let's say there is a very small chance that even this can happen. And if not now, just think of what can happen after 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. There can be a bill of 40 lakh rupees, that can happen. So in that case, this particular single policy will be able to handle that single claim, right? What happens in case of the combo? Let's assume you have taken a 5 plus 15 combo. In that case, this 5 lakh rupee policy will become a 10 lakh rupees policy because of the NCB benefit, it doubles, right? So your first policy becomes a 10 lakh rupees policy, but your second policy is still a 15 lakh rupees policy with a 5 lakh deductible, correct? So maximum it can support you for 25 lakhs, first 10 lakh here in the first policy, and then the 15 lakh rupees. So your maximum coverage here is only 25 lakh rupees. At the time of taking, you feel that it is the same, but over the years, because of the NCB benefit, it can be very different. And this is the reason why you are paying less premium here. Now, a lot of people will say that 25 lakh rupees claim, 40 lakh rupees claim, you are talking about very big numbers. It may not happen. And I agree that it's a very big number which may not happen right now, today. But you take health insurance for very long term, right? So think of 10 years, 20 years down the line. So today you are taking a combo, paying less premium, you are saving that premium, but tomorrow it may happen that there is this case which may come in your life, and that time you will not get the full benefit. See, I am not saying that this is good or that is good and that is bad. All I am saying is that understand what you are buying, understand the limitation of a combo plan, and if you are okay with that, then stay with it. Even I will be taking a super top up policy. I personally don't have it right now. I have just a base policy. I will also be buying a super top up policy. I am not against them. The only thing is you should be aware what it means. Okay. Now let's come to the third point, which is again the lower coverage due to the recharge benefit. Now there is something called as recharge benefit, where if you have a 10 lakh rupees policy and you claim anything, let's say you claim for 2 lakh rupees, the sum assured comes down to 8 and then again it recharges back to 10, right? That is called as recharge benefit. You claim single time, you get paid, it is the claim is paid and then again it recharges. Now take a case of 10 lakh rupees. You want to buy a 10 lakh rupee health insurance. Two choices. First one is a single policy of 10 lakh rupees. The next one is 5 plus 5, right? Now what happens if there is a single claim of 8 lakh rupees, right? First, in a single year, you get first claim of 8 lakh rupees. The first policy will pay because it is a 10 lakh rupee policy, it will pay. The second policy will also pay. The 5 lakh rupee will be paid from the base policy and 3 lakh rupees will be paid from the super top up policy, correct? Everything is fine, both the policies are same. Now imagine that it was a family floater plan. Now what happens if your spouse or some other person who is covered in the same policy, there is a claim of 10 lakh rupees. A single claim of 10 lakh rupees again comes in the same year. What happens? In the first case, the other person will be able to claim from the same policy because of the recharge benefit. The policy again got recharged for 10 lakh rupees, right? So the other person will be able to claim total 10 lakh rupees, no issues. What happens in the second case? In second case, the first policy, the base plan, it got recharged up to 5 lakh rupees. It was totally exhausted, right? Because of first claim. Now it got recharged up to 5 lakh rupees. It will pay you 5 lakh rupees. But what about the next 5 lakh rupees? Will it be paid by the super top up? It will not be, because you have already exhausted 3 lakh rupees in that, right? Only 2 lakh rupees remains now. You will, let's say you get that 2 lakh rupees, but you will have to bear the extra 3 lakh rupees. So just see the difference, how they are different. Okay. Now this was the third point. Now these are the major points, the first 3 points. Even the second, the fourth one is the major one. That is the room rent difference. Now when you take a health insurance policy, understand that this room rent thing is a very, or I would say the most important thing in health insurance, because if you are going to get hospitalized for few days, you want to make sure that the room in which you are getting the treatment, you are living there, it's a quality one, it's a good one, it has all the amenities, etc., etc. And all your associated bills are also related to the room, right? If you go for a cheaper room, all your expenses, other expenses like your surgery cost, your doctor visit cost, everything is linked to it. So if you take a higher amount room, even that is covered. So but your expenses will be higher. Now what happens is, in most of the policies, a higher sum assured gives you more better room coverage a lot of times. There are some policies where you get no room rent capping starting from 5 lakh itself. I've started seeing that, but there are still some policies which gives you better coverage in terms of what kind of room you can go for, only for higher amounts. I'll give you an example. Let's take a case of care insurance. There's a earlier it was called as Religare Care. In that, what is the case? If you take a 10 lakh rupee cover, the room which you get is a single private AC room, right? You are eligible for that. But if you go for a 20 lakh cover or a 15 lakh cover, you get a single private AC room upgradable to the next level. This is the wording on their website. Now, what is the meaning of this? So, when a health insurance policy says that you are eligible for a single AC room, single private AC room, it means the cheapest single private AC room. In a hospital, there are different kind of single private AC rooms. Okay, they are all of different categories. There are luxurious one, there are middle one, and then there are cheapest one. Cheapest one are also fine. It's not a big issue as such, but they are the cheapest category. And in the health insurance policy, it is not written the word, but it means the cheapest one. Okay. Now let's compare these two things. Let's say you want to buy a 20 lakh cover, okay, and you take a single policy. In that case, what happens? You are covered for a single AC room, upgradable to the next level. I am talking about the care insurance right now. Okay, I am just taking a specific case here. Just try to understand. Now, if tomorrow anything happens to you and you are hospitalized, and in case you want to go for a better private room, single private room, you can go in this policy, right? But there is no issue, it will be paid. A lot of times it happens that you may say, I will choose the cheapest one. That is fine, but a lot of times what happens, there may be a situation where you are forced to take it. What if it is not available? The cheapest AC room is not available. In that case, forcefully you will have to go for the higher category one. So in the single policy, there won't be an issue. But what if you have divided it by in 5 plus 15 combo? In that case, the base plan will cover the cheapest AC room. You will have to go for that, and your super top up will also cover the single cheapest AC one. Now, what happens if forcefully you have to go for a higher room category? In that case, what will happen? You will have to pay the proportionate charges. You will not be paid the full amount because you are not covered for it. Imagine that you go to the hospital and you are going for a higher coverage, higher category room. In that case, your base policy will also not cover you. It will cover you means it will pay you the proportionate charges. If the charges for this higher category room is, let's say, 20% higher, in that case, at the time of claim, you will get proportionate claim. You will not get the full amount, and that can run into lakhs if the coverage, if the hospital bill is quite high. Okay, so this was one of the point. Then apart from these 4 points, there are small things. One of the thing is the cashless network of the hospital. When you have a single policy of a big amount, it's like just single network list, right? You get admitted to one hospital, everything is paid, and there are no issue. But what happens if it is a combo? What happens if your base policy has the network hospital where you are getting admitted, but your super top up does not have it? It may happen in case the super top up policy is from a different insurer. If it is from the same insurer, I don't think there will be an issue, but if it is different, then it may be an issue. I did this check. I actually checked the cashless network of Religare Care, Care Insurance. Earlier it was known as Religare Care, and HDFC Ergo. And I did it for one single pin code in Pune, which was Shivaji Nagar. And I found out that Care Insurance had 5 hospitals in its network, whereas the HDFC Ergo had 7 hospitals in its network, and 4 of them were common. Now, what happens if you are admitted to a hospital which is in the network of the first one, but not in the second one? In that case, I will tell you what happens. You will be eligible for the cashless treatment for the first one, but because it is not in the network of second one, you will have to go for the reimbursement. What if the bill amount is very high, and what if you do not have that much of money at this moment to pay the bills? Forget reimbursement, you will get it later, but what if you don't have that money, right? In that case, just imagine how it will be different if it was a single policy where you could get the cashless claim. So not a very big difference, I would say. There is very less chance of this happening, but this is technically possible. And then the next point is different tenure of the policy. Now, you should always make sure that your base policy and your super top up policy, they are both are starting almost at the same time. It may be possible that you are not able to start it on the exact same date, but make sure that you are they both are starting at almost at the same time. There is very little gap. Otherwise, what will happen? There may be a case where in some case your bills are not payable by any of them, right? It is a little technical. Just go to our article which I have written on this topic, and you will understand what I am saying. But if it is a single policy, there is no confusion at all, right? So that is one point. And the last thing is, apart from these big things, there are many small things which you have to look at. For example, a big sum assured, a single policy may give you a better health checkup, right? Whereas if you break it into a combo, the health checkup will not be that superior. It will be basic health checkup. It will be available in both the policies, base policy and super top up. But then you won't be going for that like just for the sake of it, right? You won't take the benefit just because it is there. So it is much better that not much better, but understand this is the difference. Then there is something called as hospital cash. Now hospital cash, which you get for every day of treatment, every day of hospitalization. So if you stay in the hospital for, let's say, 10 days, and the hospital cash is generally higher for a single big policy. Just assume that for a 20 lakh cover, it is 4,000 rupees a day. So for a 10-day stay in the hospital, you will get 40,000 rupees. But if you break it into a combo, then it will be, let's say the hospital cash is 1,000 rupees, for example. Then you will get 10,000 rupees for 10 days. So there is a gap of 30 days. So these are small things which are little different. And then there is organ donor sum assured, which is little different. Then the waiting periods can be a little different. So yeah, so I think I have covered most of the stuff. Now I hope it was helpful for you to understand what is the basic difference between the two policies. Understand one thing, because you are paying less premium, because the premium is less, you will obviously be missing something. The chances of that happening is less, but eventually it may happen someday. Okay, most of the people may not face big issue. I don't expect that. But yeah, all the things which I have said, there are some chances that it will happen for some of the people. But you are also saving the premium. So that is the cost you pay for, paying less. Now, how to look at super top up insurance? Always understand that super top up insurance is mainly to cover the extreme end. Okay, it is not a replacement of a strong base policy. You should make sure that your base policy is very strong. Because of the NCB benefit, I think if you take a sum assured of 10 to 20 lakh rupees, a single policy, let's take a case of 10 lakh rupees policy, if you take a single policy, due to the NCB benefit, it will become kind of 20 lakhs. So that is a decent cover for next many years. And after that, you can take a super top up plan. This is mainly for most of the people. But I personally, if I talk about my case, I would personally go for a 20 lakh cover, okay, a single policy of 20 lakh cover, which will then become a 40 lakh cover, assuming that there is a NCB benefit of 100%, and that will be very it will be a very long term policy. It will solve my issue for the next 20-30 years, and then the extreme end can be covered by super top up, and then I'll take a super top up of another 30, 40, 50 lakh rupees with a deductible of 20 lakhs or 30 lakh rupees. That is how I would like to design it. So understand that health insurance is a long term product. It is not a short term product. You take health insurance with a view of 20, 30, 40, 50 years, not just 1 year or 2 year or 5 year and how much premium you are saving right now. It may be a matter of few thousand right now, but just see that you're not getting into something which may trouble you in future. So that was all. In case you have any questions, put your comments in the comment section, and I'll be able to answer you. And in case you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and like this video, and also spread this video among a lot of other investors, because there's very less knowledge about this super top up policy. Most of the places you will not get this kind of information. So I really want that most of the people shall get this video. Thanks a lot, and bye. Thank you.